always good to have her in the building. I wish I could have her on the court. But a really good win for us. Give credit to Georgia Tech. They're an up and coming team in this league, and Tony Morgan is a problem. Blackshear is good. Dunn. They're young and they're going to be so good. And Nell does a terrific job with them, putting them in good situations. So it's a good win for us. Good bounce back week. Obviously, the things we went through to get to this point. A little bit of adversity, we overcame it. But I was very proud of the kids all week, their resiliency, their focus, their ability and willingness to step up and, do something a little bit different to make sure we were going to continue on in this manner. So very proud. Thought Liz was phenomenal in the first quarter, probably the best quarter of basketball I've ever seen here. I think she was like 8 for 8, 16 points or something like that. It's kind of funny. I told her when we worked out before the shoot around, and she wasn't missing. I said, "Why don't you just go for 40 tonight?" And she got 16 in the first quarter. And I thought she was really well on her way to doing it. And then they started playing her a little bit differently, and she's unselfish, and she was dropping it off. Great to have Georgia back. 24 and 13. Just not really having her on the floor obviously is going to be a struggle, but her coming back. The amount of times we worked out this week was really good. We connected again and tweaked some things. She shot the ball well tonight, but just really had an aggressive mindset and looked like her old self again. And then I thought we got great contributions from Olivia. Very, very efficient. She's settling into her role. It was really good. And then Claire Strack was really good. I thought she gave us some really good minutes. So proud of the kids. Good win for us, and we'll enjoy this one and then get ready for Syracuse.
Just to follow up on Georgia, so when was she cleared to play?
I got the okay that she was ready to roll because we were going to just make sure that she went through everything where her body felt good. Part of it was the conditioning, and she'd been off for a little while. Wanted to make sure we let her do some live stuff yesterday, minimized, and then yesterday they told me, okay, let's give it a go. And so we went out, and then today I still didn't know how much I was going to play or how I was going to play her. And it was really her conversations with me, her communication, and she felt great all throughout the game. So we let her play normal minutes.
And with Kayla, that just turned out to be a bruise, I guess?
Yeah.
Did she need to get cleared as well? Or?
Yeah, she had to. We again, they were both. Neither one of them practiced on Tuesday, and they both were limited on Wednesday. And Kayla still. I mean, like what she had to do today, bone bruise, and what she was able to come back. When we got the report there was bone bruise. I mean, if you had a camera in my house, you would have saw me doing jumping jacks and running all around the house because she's that important to us. And she didn't score a point tonight, but being out on the floor, her presence, calming presence on the offensive end. She guarded the best player on their team majority of the day with a bone bruise. So she's getting better and better every day, and we look for her to be 100% soon.
Did you get the green light for Kayla yesterday, I guess?
Yeah. Well, Kayla's situation was a little bit different, where her green light was pretty much how she felt, and so she, she looked okay Monday, Tuesday we just let her shoot, and then Wednesday, she was limited, but and then today she looked better than she did yesterday. So I think she'll continue to progress.
And with Liz, I guess, how did you see them defending her or not in the first quarter compared to what adjustments they made the rest of the
Well, they were we were moving her around, and she was getting a lot of one-on-one coverage, and also I've been telling people for a long time she's one of the best mid-range or even out to 17, 18 foot. She can hit all those shots consistently, and then we put her on the block, and then they were doubling with the nearest person. And so she was able to get it back out quickly, but other people were able to step up and man her. So she was just really good. She's had a look in her eye in the last month, and essentially she's been on a tear ever since. She didn't play well against Pitt, and after that she's been pretty much on a tear.
On the left, David.
You said you weren't sure how much you're going to play Georgia, kind of just based on how she felt. She had 13 points or 13 assists and just two turnovers. Felt like she really settled down and controlled the game. And she told us that she wanted to play with a better pace. What did you like from her first game?
Our pace was terrific. I just let her go. Sometimes, like, people don't understand. You have a lot of what is it? Couch quarterbacks. What is it? Monday. What was that? Monday morning quarterbacks. People say, well, you should do this. Well, my issue is, I've got like this Ferrari in Georgia who is ready to roll and get up and down the floor, but then I also have this 6'6" All-American that you need to get the basketball to. So you got to have a good balance. You got to have a good balance. But I did let her go a little bit more today. She played with more spunk. She, the last few games, just really wasn't herself, and she played with a little bit. Maybe sitting at home watching a game, really allowed her to, refocus and understand, what she needed to do. But, she was great all week and ready to roll. And I just let her go a few times, and she made really good plays.
You mentioned Liv, 12 and 9. It seems like she's really kind of just stepped in and done a lot of those gritty things, little things, getting the rebounds. What's impressed you the most about just how she's kind of grown? I know she had that big Rutgers game, but at the beginning of the year, it was kind of that Tulane game, that Rutgers game. Were not necessarily, it wasn't like she was consistently doing it. Now it's like she's consistently doing it for you guys.
I'm very proud of her mental resiliency. And she has, when you transfer in and you're transferring into a very talented team and you're trying to find your way and things are going up and down, one day, as you mentioned, she might play great. Then she doesn't play hardly at all. She never pouted. She never pouted. And I remember one game, I can't remember which game it was, but she didn't play hardly at all. And as I was finishing up media and went back to Hahn-Hurst, she was in the gym in Hahn-Hurst with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend plays for Wake Forest, Cam. And they were in there working out and shooting. And she's never pouted. And she just, will continue to work. What do I need to do? And just wants to contribute in any kind of way. And I'm very proud of her and happy for her because she's starting to settle into her role. And she's starting to get us second and third chance opportunities. She's hitting open threes. She's feeding the basketball. She's defending. She's rebounding. And playing. And she's learning how to play off of Liz. And that's a major plus for us. And if she can continue that. And the bonus is that she knows this league. She knows everybody that we're playing against. The scout, she's not learning them for the first time. She knows them. She's played against them. And so I've been very proud of her and happy for her production. And hopefully she'll continue it on because we need it. We need a little consistency. I need to know where that extra production is coming from.
Back to the room, Ryan.
Hey, Coach. How you doing? Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
The fact that you do have so many people that were able to step up, everyone kind of got a touch tonight. I mean, it really speaks to how kind of dangerous this team really can be at the end of the day, correct?
It is. And, I think the thing that really, warms my heart is that, like, our crowd, obviously the crowd, on a Thursday night, 5,000 people is tremendous. But they're very knowledgeable, all right? They're knowledgeable. They know that when Karis Baker hits a three, that's like the future. Clara Strack hits a little fadeaway and it looks, reminiscent of Liz Kitley. They're like, oh man, we're in good hands for the next 4 years, 3-4 years, and they get excited. And they get just as excited for that as they do for the biscuits. I know what the number is now, 75. Yeah, I was trying not to know what the number was, but like very knowledgeable, and we do have depth. Carly Wenzel I thought played well tonight. She's continuing to get in minutes, and so we do have depth and we do have options, and we can play a different way. It depends on what teams like. The ACC is so different, and we can kind of match up with a lot of different teams with different players. So a lot different than it was last year. Last year I knew which six we're going to play, and sometimes we would sprinkle a seventh in there. This year, depending on how the game goes on, you could play a lot of different people. So it's a luxury to have. These kids have really accepted that opportunity, and they know that if I continue to work, then I'll get more opportunities. But nobody's sitting around pouting and not understanding why they're not playing.
On the left side, Gio.
Coach, kind of
Gio.
congrats on the win.
Thanks, man.
Kind of piggybacking off of that one, 14 minutes tonight for Clara. What do you like about playing both her and Liz on the floor at the same time?
Well, I think one of the things that, and I'm not going to sit here and say that, we can match athleticism with, a lot of the teams in the league. All right, so how do you counter that? We can match it with, we can counter it with size. And, maybe they're a little bit faster. But with Clara, I mean, Clara is going to be really good. And I say, when I say she's going to be really good, I'm talking about this year. And she's going to be able to produce for us in a manner that's going to help us contend. And so she was out there today, and she was guarding a faster player. That block that she had was emphatic. I mean, it was like, it took me out of my coaching zone. I was like, whoa, look at that. Because like we always say, Liz will block a shot, and she'll block it, and she'll go block it and kind of go get it because she'll block it to herself. Clara doesn't have that gene. She wants to throw it up into the stands, and she wants to make you feel that she blocked her shot. And but she's a good defender. She's strong down there, and so we can counter people's athleticism with our size. And those two are learning to play well together. We had a fun day yesterday where they were in position split, and she happened to be right behind Liz. And I was egging it on. I said, Clara, you do whatever Liz does. And Liz was making moves, and Clara would come right behind her and do the same move. And it wasn't as polished as Liz's, but you could see the development starting to happen. And it got so funny. Liz would make a shot, and then Clara would make it. And I was like egging it on. I'm like, "Ooh, Clara's doing it better than you, Liz." And so they were like a little competition. But that's why she came here, so that she can learn and understand that. And Liz has really accepted her role as like mentor and to be able to help her. So I'm very proud. She had really good minutes tonight, really good minutes. She's probably texted me already, can we watch film tomorrow? And she's just wants to get better, and it's a lot of fun coaching her.
Really fun couple of weeks coming up in ACC, but you got 3 games on the road. So what excites you about the upcoming opponents, but how do you keep your team, together and ready to go on these couple of road trips?
See, I'm trying to enjoy the day, and you know what? Honestly, I do know that we go to Syracuse on Sunday, and I do know that we play home against UVA. I have no idea after that. I really don't, and I don't even want anybody to tell me. Because you take them one at a time. And the only reason I know who we play next week is because we got a visit coming, so I know. So that's the only reason. And other than that, I don't look that far ahead. So
Thanks,
that's for you guys to do it.
What do you like about the way that your team has played the last 2 games at home that you can maybe translate to on the road this week?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard playing on the road. I think I just saw. I think Duke was up 40 on Florida State at Duke. It's just hard to win in this league on the road, but you have to if you want to contend. And so Syracuse it's going to be tough, and Felicia's done a tremendous job with that team up there. You used to go up there, and the only people there were friends and family. And now I'm looking at the crowds, and there are a lot of people there. A lot of people there in support of what they're doing. You play in a dome. It's a little bit tough. But we just have to continue to stay together, play together. Like, we had 2 games on the road last week, and we played well through large portions of those games. We went to Florida State, and we probably outplayed them for 30 minutes out of the 40. But the 10 that we didn't, they really got us. Duke, we outplayed them, the first half, and we lost our way a little bit in the second half. We just have to learn to put together 40 good minutes, and we have those capabilities. Selling in on rotations, have some consistency there, and we just need to continue that.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, guys, thank you.